today I'm going to share one of the many journeys that we have to do in our lorries. Let's try and give people an idea of what us lorry drivers have to go through during the course of a day. Sit back, buckle up and enjoy the ride. First thing you have to understand, this is a 32-ton lorry and it does take a bit of getting going. 12 automatic gears, and from a standstill usually it will start in third gear, pull away very slowly. By the time you're doing about 10 miles an hour you've used up 7 of them. Does make people quite impatient, which is understandable. No one wants to be held up behind a lorry. It's definitely a mucky old day out there today. The lorry's absolutely filthy. But the mirrors are clean, so is the window. I can see where I'm going and where I've been. More importantly, I can see you lot. Even if sometimes it feels like you can't see me. Apart from needing a fair bit of getting going, it also needs a fair bit of slowing down. Now these clicks you can hear is the auxiliary brakes, which I like to use. I'm just stamping on the foot brake. There we go. It's third gear, fourth gear. I'm doing 10 miles an hour. 6th gear, 7th gear. There we go, 15 miles an hour. How's that? Hour. Yeah, once it gets going, it's not too bad. It's restricted to a top speed of 56 miles an hour. Something we often actually see if you're out on the dual carriageway, cruise control, 56, 90 kilometres an hour, dead on. Very nice, gives your right foot a bit of a rest. This is the roundabout that we all see most. Just about every single delivery we do, we come up to this roundabout. Just try not to stop, because once you've stopped, getting going again is a pain. It does mean you have to be a mind reader. These other road users, most of them think that the indicators are an optional extra. It doesn't apply to them. Of course, as lorry drivers, we're held to a higher standard than car drivers. When we take our test, have to score higher than you do. We're allowed fewer minor faults on the test. Apart from that, we have to prove that we can actually handle the vehicle. Slowing down in plenty of time. watching all the way to the right hand side of the roundabout, looking to see who's coming. Constantly checking my left side mirror, make sure nobody's sneaking up the inside of me, and my offside mirror in case anybody's coming round the outside. Of course they're welcome to do. Overtaking a lorry, a lot of people think you've got to get in really quickly. Just cut straight across the front. It can be a mistake. So if we've got a gap in front of us, we're usually leaving it there so that we can slow down. So pulling into that gap, not necessarily a good idea. Braking again, the engine braking, revs come right up, going down through the gears. Always watching to see what's coming onto the roundabout. If they're not using indicators, you have to try and judge from their position on the roundabout which direction they're going to go. Helpful for people that see in the outside lane go all the way around and think that's the right thing to do. Please don't. On the roundabout and not turning them off. Problematic. Now I've only got 3 cubic metres of concrete on the back of this one today, so we are not going to be going quite as slowly up this next slip road as we usually would. Normally this would be an absolute pain. Coming onto the slip road at 25 miles an hour in 9th gear. Yeah, that's about all the power I've got for now. Out to the dual carriageway, no dramas. Holding everybody up particularly. Downhill stretch here, so just letting off the accelerator, making sure I don't overspeed. Lovely bit of road, shame about the surface. Already looking all the way up the hill to see what the traffic's doing coming onto the roundabout. This stretch of road is usually, well, any time around lunchtime, first thing in the morning and last thing at night. Absolute gridlock. For right now, kids are at school, everybody's at work, I'm at work. Gradually slowing down, going up the hill. expecting people to pull into my braking distance and being surprised that they haven't. Well, for me, what I like to do, I like to slow right down, just try and keep the thing moving. And as you come up to the roundabout, watching for any large vehicles coming onto the roundabout that are going to block Cressing Road in particular, in this particular instance. Is anybody going from Cressing Road across towards Colchester? They're the ones I've really got to look out for. And any speed demons who think they're going to come around the outside of me and cut off down Cressing Road. It happens. I've already seen it once today. So just watching that traffic on the right hand side of the roundabout. Going. Try and get my nose past the dustbin lorry. There we go. You can see there's a nice big articulated lorry. He's going to block the Witham Road. If everybody gets going now. There we go. We're out. 4th gear, 5th gear, 6th gear, 7th gear. I'm doing 12 miles an hour. Sorry everybody. That's life in a truck. I'm sure you'll all appreciate that I am doing half your job for you, making sure that you're safe, keeping you safe, and making sure I don't put myself in a position where you're going to have to brake hard. You should be able to see me coming onto the roundabout. Because it's a nasty day. Already slowing down. Dual carriageway coming onto a roundabout. The best thing in the world. Already looking right onto the roundabout. See where people from Colchester are going. Trying to anticipate everybody else's movements on the roundabout. Watching for people suddenly pulling away. No dramas. Here we go again. Already into 9th gear, 30 miles an hour, 10th, 35, 11th, 40 miles an hour, nice downhill stretch. Don't overcook it, just let off. We'll go uphill again as soon as we go down. And then we've got another roundabout. Those of you that are observant, you'll have seen the parking bay half a mile ahead. As soon as we come round this bend, I'll be watching to make sure that they've just got their indicator on. It's going to suddenly pull out in front of me. All about observation in the lorry, watching what everybody else is doing. See, we have looks like 2 vehicles in the lay-by. Both of them got their lights on. No indicators. That's it. Already on a tacho brake. Already done mine. Another Finch's lorry over there. Probably on a tacho brake. Heading back to the yard. In case anybody's wondering, we are going to Halstead. Going to a Bellway site that currently has a road closure. So, a little bit of a treat in store for everybody. we have to take a diversion because we're not allowed to use the car diversion. It goes through a housing estate. Take my auxiliary braking right off, and we're pulling away. So I'm sitting in the middle of both lanes there because I don't want people sneaking around the outside of me. Let's sneak down the left and go left, that's absolutely fine, but I need to make sure you stay safe on my right hand side. Checking the mirror as we're pulling away. Nothing going on behind me. Making sure we don't clip the hedge. Don't want to have the mirror slammed into the near side window. It happens. That's something my wife talks to me about all the time. Why are you sitting on the white lines? Because I'm used to driving something that's about 9 feet wide. I don't want to clip my mirrors on the hedge. And it really becomes a habit. You end up driving your car like it. You end up pulling past parking spaces, giving yourself that 40 feet to reverse in. That's how long this thing is. Well, 39 feet something, I believe. It's a beast. Been to this site once today, had a bit of a drama with the dry lean mix that was in the back, didn't want to come out. Took over an hour to unload. Very unhappy, Sean. Yeah, see, I can see, and I already know, there's an upturned manhole here on the left. I've actually put cones and a keep right sign there now, which is good. Been warning people with my hazard lights as I come up to it, just to let them know what's going on. It looks like they've actually reseated it now, which is great. Won't take much to upset it again. This tractor's doing the same thing I'm doing. He's driving down the white line, so I've got to give him a bit more space on the left. Traffic lights. Auxiliary braking, using the hill to slow down. That's it. Auxiliary braking off. Back on the throttle. Just keep the thing moving. Constantly checking in the mirrors, make sure nobody's doing anything stupid. If I see somebody come around me, I've got to be ready to let off, make sure that they can get past me in case something does decide to come the other way. Just constantly checking the vehicle position. The white lines, don't want to put your near side wheels into the verge, it's pretty soft at this time of the year. Check the mirror every time you go past something big, make sure you haven't hit it. And we've got a series of curves coming up, so I'm already off the throttle. Allowing the auxiliary braking to bring the speed down. Already coming down below 40. Lots of engine braking. Plenty of room to the lorry coming round the bend the other way. No drums, auxiliary brakes off. These famous bends here, penny pots. Many years ago, my brother put his car backwards on the left hand side here, broke his pop shaft. Silly boy. this bend, there is a right turn. See the car there? That's where I'm going. I'm going to indicate plenty of time. Bring the speed right down. Try not to take out my mirrors with the tree and the hedge. Staying as close to the middle of the road as I can without crossing the line. Very, very difficult to do here, and I will have to almost come to a complete standstill and stop. It's impossible to tell what's coming around the corner at this time of year. The hedges are all still overgrown. I'm looking for headlights. And when I don't see there are headlights, I will be going. So here we go. Bear in mind, I've already said it takes a while to pick up this thing. Rapid unwinding of the steering there, and she's just really struggling to get up that incline. Here we go. Now this is running the gauntlet. Okay, I'm gonna. He's gonna let me go through, even though I've got a space behind me. He's gonna make me go off the road. Even though there was a passing space to my right, he's elected to reverse back. Okay, not a problem. Courtesy always. He's going to be coming out of the site that I'm heading to. There's nothing else down here. Waiting for him to pull away and give myself a bit more room. And I am just going to hesitate there because that tree has just pushed my mirror right in. Okay, and we're back in drive. As I was saying, being nice isn't always the right thing to do. And I now have to toggle through my mirror controls, try and get my near side mirror in a little bit further. There we go. I can see what I'm doing. Here we go. This road does get really tight round here. Still wipers off. They're not doing anything. The farmer's been having lots of fun in his fields, so there's lots of mud on the road as well. It's not as bad as it could be. Not as bad as I've seen it. Caution, making sure that I'm watching to see if anybody comes out of their driveway, pokes their nose out to have a look down the road, see what's coming. Now I'm not in a massive rush, so I'm not overcooking it on these back roads. I'm at 30 miles an hour at the moment. That's about the max I'm going to get out of this. As I start coming round these bends, it will be considerably slower. There is a detour. It's about a 3-mile detour to get to site. You'll actually see the road closure as I come down to site. Single track road with passing spaces. Not suitable for HGVs, but the only one we've got. Keeping it at 20 miles an hour. I've got the first level of aux braking on. As soon as I put my foot on the brake, there we go, that's the engine braking kicking in. Second time I've been here today. This is only the third time I have been along this road. It is awful. I am on a seat that has air suspension, so each of these bumps I go over, instead of my back getting shattered, I bounce. Can be a little bit tricky when you go over a big bump and suddenly find all your feet come off the ground. You have to try and balance your weight with the seat suspension. There's that overhanging tree there. That's a hazard for my rear ladder. I have to make sure, watching in the mirror as I come through. There you go, clear. Jubbly. You know you're on a narrow road when there's virtually no road. Trains are actually out into the road where the road's being widened by the lorries coming up and down it. So we're almost there now. There's another incline. I'll keep my right hand mirror away from these telegraph poles. Slightly easier to deal with than the left hand mirror if that gets smacked. It does make you jump a little bit when they go smack against the window. There we go. On the left hand side there, that is the diversion for cars. Ready for them. Very short diversion going back into Halstead. And my site entrance here on the left. Now, just up the road there, just past that 30-mile-an-hour speed limit, you'll see the road closure sign. So I've come all that way just for that little bit of road. And we're here. Okay. Quick chat with the gate man. Oh. I do have my seatbelt off now, so I'm actually off main road, so you'll have to put up with a beep beep beep. It's warning me that I'm not wearing my seatbelt, but I do need a bit more manoeuvrability for what I am about to do. My load is going all the way back to the other end of the site there. So I am going to pull in here. Off to the left. You lot won't be able to see what I'm doing. The rest of this is all mirror work, which is why we have to have clean mirrors all the time. You need to see where you're going backwards. My right hand side, we've got building materials stacked up at the side of the road. Make sure the wheels don't go off this haul road. There's a dumper on my left, and as I already know, there is a barrier in the road which I have to avoid. It's currently about 30 yards behind me. Watching, making sure I pass people safe and giving them plenty of room. They have actually put some more markers up now, actually in the road, which is something I'm going to have to steer around. It's going to make it very tight for me behind. Literally just enough room to squeeze through. You'll see them as I come past. There's metal stakes with blue paint round the floor. Barrier on my left. And I'm clear. There we go. Put some drainage in. I suspect my outboard wheels were slightly over the edge of the road. All their brand new manholes. Oh, crikey. Wasn't expecting it to be as high as that. Guess that's what we call raised ironworks. And more stakes in the ground, both on the left and on the right. Almost there. I should try and avoid that on the way out. Bit of a shock. And we're off the Type 1. And onto the dirt. This is where I am going to tip. Right. Speak to you again. Okay, so all the noise you can hear, that is 3 cubic metres of concrete going out the back of the truck. Hopefully I won't have the same problem as I did this morning. That took ages. That's it. That's going to take about 15 minutes to unload that lot. So I will say thank you for your attention and hope you've enjoyed my video.